वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. This topic is very relevant in our daily life. Name of the topic is forgiveness. This is a thing that we all are looking for. We are looking for forgiveness, but we are not ready to give it. And the reason behind, as one of the philosophers says, there is no love without forgiveness, and there is no forgiveness without love. And we may say, there is no compassion without forgiveness, and there is no forgiveness without compassion. Compassion also plays an important role in our day-to-day life if we discuss the topic of forgiveness. So today we will discuss these few things. Let's have an overview about it. Definition of forgiveness. What is forgiveness actually? What does this mean? And then we'll take forward on the aspects of forgiveness. How can we attain it? What are the positive things? What are the negative things? Or if we can forgive someone, so will we get any kind of any benefits? Will it help us, or will it make our life more beautiful, or will it remain same? So, but about the benefits, it has massive impact, a huge impact on our life. But definitely in our life, we normally say, I can forgive you, but I can't forget it. I can forgive, but I can't forget. And study says it's like a flip of a coin, or two sides of a coin. If we can't forget, which means we are still not able to forgive. So what trails helps us to forgive? How can we make our life beautiful? That we will try to have a look in the light of Gurbani, how Gurbani teaches us about this aspect of forgiveness. If we talk about forgiveness, then definitely we have to come out from resentment. We have to come out from resentment and have to avoid revenge. Because unless we are looking for revenge, we cannot forgive anyone. So two ways of life, or we may look for revenge, or we may forgive. So if we can overcome from the feeling of resentment, and if we can avoid the power of revenge, then we can reach to the situation of forgiveness. Then we can forgive someone. As another word in Punjabi, Hindi, we do say maafi. फिर ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਅਣਡਿੱਠ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਅਣਡਿੱਠ ਕਰਨਾ, which means let it go. It's very easy to say, more convenient to listen, but so hard in our practical life. Let it go. So much problem, so many problems if we even think about it. So we'll discuss about the problems as well. So tolerance, if someone said something, if we can tolerate, if we can forgive him, let it go, then we can say this is one of the greatest virtue. This is a greatest virtue if we can forgive someone. Third Guru, Shri Guru Amar Das Ji says, how मैं तृष्णा सब अगन बुझई, Bin se krodh khima geh lai. So there are two things, two powers. What are those powers? One is about anger. We become so angry. Bin se krodh, we are in anger. We want to take revenge. We want to kill someone. We may want to beat someone. If we think deeply, most of the time we just forgive, not because we want to forgive or we can forgive. Sometimes another person is more powerful. We just forgive. Just imagine if you have enough power, you can beat anyone, you can kill anyone. No one will ask a single question from you, and no one can ask. You can do whatever you want. You can kill, you can beat, you can slap. There is no one to stop you. So now think, will you be the same person, or do you have some people in your mind to whom you may want to slap or want to beat, or maybe unfortunately you want to kill someone? It's also possible. So these two things are never together. Either we have more anger or we have the power of forgiveness. If we can forgive, which means we are not much angry, we can say, let it go. Another way, I will show you or I will show you. So bin se krodh khima geh lai, hamai trisna sab agan bujai, my ego. The reason behind, we are not able to give or we are not able to forgive someone because of our ego. He hurt our ego. We say, how dare he to say like this? How dare he to do like this? How dare he to behave like this with me? So it's sometimes, maybe it's not about how he behaved, maybe it's about me. He should treat me well. He should behave with me in much better way. And that is possible, and which is much needed as well. Basic etiquettes are needed in our daily lives. We are just discussing. Sometimes it's ego. Sometimes it's more greed. So these kind of things may overcome to us, or if we have the power of khima, if we can say, let it go. Don't be angry, let it go. Small life. If we can take that thing, then definitely we can fight with our ego as well, because both are running together, parallel. One is forcing us to take revenge. One is saying us to forgive. Sometimes forgiveness is actually much needed, and with that we can stop many consequences. And first point, if we cannot forgive, if we are much angry, anger is on our head, we are beheaded, or like we are not able to control on our anger. Then study says, then we are reliving that moment. One thing is, maybe he did something wrong to you. I agree. He was abusive. He could be abusive. Maybe did not behave the way he should be. He treated you badly. But if we are remembering it again and again, are we really justifying to ourselves? Or we are creating more and more frustration within us? Or we are creating more and more anger within us? Study says we always relive that moment. For example, if someone said something wrong to me or did something wrong with me and that hurt me, it's quite obvious. If someone said wrong, I got hurt, but I'm thinking that moment again and again. Study says I'll feel the same pain again and again. Same pain. We don't laugh on a joke again and again, but we do hurt ourselves with the same movement again and again. Otherwise, we always want something new, but sometimes some hard words or a single sentence we don't forget for ages. I heard people, even if they are in 60s or 70s, we do remember if someone said something very harsh to us in our teenage or maybe in the childhood. That is more rememberable. So whenever we remember that moment, again we feel bad. Again, we goes into the frustration, depression. And these all problems are here that we fall into according to study. Just because if we are not able to forgive someone, we are just living that moment again and again. So many problems comes to our life related to insomnia, increased anxiety, depression, high blood pressure, and many more. Because we are again and again, we are getting angry, we are facing these problems. So now, Binse Krodh Khima Gahe Lai, if we are in anger, then definitely we are not in the situation of forgiveness. And if we are in anger, then there are so many problems that may arise in our body. Then what to do? Then Bhagat Faridji teaches us, you can have a healthy life, you can get rid of all those problems, which is actually possible by what? Farida Bureda Palakar Gussa Marna Hadae Dehi Rogna Lagai Palla Sabke Chipae. If you can forgive, don't stay angry. If you have the power to forgive, then you can live a healthy life as well. If someone asks, what kind of life do you want? Full of diseases or healthy? Full of stress and depression or tension-free? Full of sorrow and sadness or blissful and happiness you want in your life? Then definitely no mind answer, we want happiness. So if we have that option and we want that option, but still we don't choose it. And as we don't choose it, then Guru Nanak Sahib teaches us, Khima Vihune. If a person who is not able to forgive, normally we do hear this word, I can forgive but can't forget. But actually, if we can't forget, that keeps running in our mind again and again. We must try to avoid it. Because the more it repeat, the more it hurt again and again. Same thing. We cannot hear a same song again and again. We cannot hear the same story again and again. For example, if we are every week we are just discussing the same lecture, you will not join it again and again. We may say, does this make sense? We have heard it. Again the same example, again the same story, again the same things. We want something new. Now, let it go. So the things that we should let it go, we don't let it go then. Then problem comes. So Khima Vihune, Guru Nanak Sahib, Khima Vihune Khap Gaye, Khuhan Lak Asank. Khuhan is a huge army. In that there are more than 21,000 elephants. They have more than 65,000, those who are army, those who are on horses, and more than 1 lakh, those who are just walking. So almost 2 lakh of army, or more than that. So that kind of army, like combination, if you have horses almost 65,000 if they have horses, near about 21,000 those who are on rath or on elephants, and more than 1 lakh they are walking as well. So that kind of army is called Kuhan. So Khima Bihune Khap Gaye, Kuhan Lakh Asank, even if they are millions and billions, if they don't have patience, if they don't have forgiveness, those kind of people also did not go from this earth in a happy or enjoyable way. Ganatna Ave. Then Guru Nanak Sahib Ji is saying, I'm not able to count those kind of people, those who are not able to forgive. Khima Vihune. We may keep or we may think forgiveness is a small thing, but Gurbani says it's the greatest virtue that any man can ever have. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji is emphasizing a lot on this word khima. Khima Vihune Khap Gaye. Khap Gaye means they were just in depression, they were just worried, they were bothered. How many? Kuhan Lakh Asank, those who have countless army and countless people. Ganatna Yave. Guruji is saying, I'm not able to count. How many people were there? Then Kyon Gani? Then Guruji is saying, why should I count even? Firstly, Guruji is saying, Ganatna Yave, I cannot count. Kyon Gani? Why should I count? Khap khap muhe asank, they were just bothered. Doesn't put an impact on this world. Who did not put? Who were those millions and billions who were not having the virtue of khima vihune, those who were not able to forgive? See how much or how great this virtue is. Khima vihune khap gaye. I cannot count. Then Guru is saying, I don't want to count as well, because they were not having patience, they were not having forgiveness. I don't want to count even those kind of people. And if we want to learn that thing, forgiveness is such an important thing. Forgiveness is very important in everyone's life. And Guruji is giving us example from daily elements, from which elements our body has made. Sahan, Seal, Pavan Arpani. Sahansheel means tolerate. Sahansheel is an virtue. Basuda Khima Nibrate. Basuda Khima Nibrate. Now Guruji is saying, Pavan and Pani is Sahansheel. They are able to tolerate. If we put water on a hot plate, it will start boiling. In a fridge, it becomes like ice. He's able to tolerate. Basuda Khima Nibrate, even earth, soil. Even if someone is, whatever we are doing to soil, it's always helpful. It's giving food to everyone. Doesn't matter even if we take care of earth or not. Maybe few people are taking care. They are able to get food, and still earth is giving to anyone without asking religion, without asking age, gender or anything. Even if we are putting our, even this earth is under our feet, we are not giving respect, we are not keeping this soil on our head, it's under our feet. But still, you don't get earth, this soil, don't get angry, forgive us. Even although we put feet on it and then we are asking for food, so it's just Guruji is explaining us, by these things we should also learn this art of forgiveness. Now, few more things. So this is an example from nature. How can we learn this art? What things can help us? With that, we could able to forgive someone. So we have some points here. that may help us in our life. First, to err is human, to forgive divine. Alexander Pope, he wrote in his book, to err is human. And we normally use this word till to err is human. In Punjabi also, we have the similar proverb which means Manuk galtiyan da putla hai. Manuk galtiyan da putla hai, which means to err is human. So we expect a lot of things from people. Firstly, we need to take care about it that every human is going to do some mistakes, and we should have that nature of forgiveness. The main reason behind forgive, if you want forgiveness, whenever we are praying, whenever we are going to temple, we are going to Gurdwara or any religious place, or even if we are sitting in our house and praying to Lord, are we not asking for forgiveness? Are we not looking for forgiveness? Are we not doing mistakes every day? We just remember the next person has did something, I'll not forgive him. I'll not forget it. So do we remember how many kinds of mistake have we done? Start from ourselves. Prathama man par bodho apna. Firstly, we should think about ourselves. If I'm looking for forgiveness from Lord, if whatever I want, I should give as well. Very simple logic. I want forgiveness, but I don't want to give it. I can't forgive anyone, but Lord, please forgive me. These kind of prayers we are making. So we need to think about it. Every human makes mistake. Let's take an example. If we go to a hospital and ask a doctor, I can see so many patients are here, everyone is ill or some kind of problems, why they are here? Then doctor may laugh on us and say, it's hospital, so you will find these kind of people. Why you are asking why patients are here, why ill people are here, the one who have some diseases are here? They have to be, they're going to be. It's a hospital. It's simple. So the same thing, if we are in hospital, or then we may say all kind of patients are there. We are in this world. All are human and mistakes are there. If in a hospital asking to a doctor why patients are here, it's a silly question. And if we are thinking human to be a perfect person who should not make any mistake, I think this is a more silly question or imagination. To error is human. Agreed, because perfect is only God. Except God, everyone is imperfect. So pullan andar sabko, the same thing. To error is human. Gurbani is also saying the same thing. Pullan andar sabko apul guru kartar, the one who don't make any kind of any mistakes, the name of that power is God. The same thing in a three different ways. Alexander Pope is saying to err is human, to forgive divine. Punjabi proverb is Manuk galtiyan da putla hai, and Gurbani is saying Pullan andar sabko apul guru kartar. Pullan means the one who is committing mistakes. Apul, the one who is perfect. That is Guru Kartar. Kartar means Lord, God, that power. So he is the one only who will not make any mistake. So we must keep in our mind, even our father, mother, son, daughter, anyone can make mistake. because that seed is here till now. So if we want forgiveness for ourselves, and if we are praying to Lord every day, please forgive me. If you want forgiveness, then start forgiving other people as well. One example from Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj. Bhai Mahasingh and 39 other Sikhs, total 46, wrote a letter to Guru Gobind Singh Ji when he was actually needed those Singhs with him at the Battle of Anandpur Sahib. They said, we cannot fight for you. You are not our Guru from now onwards, and we are not your Sikhs. We don't have any relation anymore. You take care of yourself, we'll take care of ourselves. This is what happens whenever, if any trouble, if any problem is there, it's hard to stand with someone. Yeah, if someone is going high, if we are able to see any potential in someone, if someone is able to demonstrate something that he's going to up, then we may stand. But if someone is bringing down, we may stop it. So Bhai Mahasingh, the moment when Guru Gobind Singh Ji needed him the most, he left Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Even he wrote about it, I'm not going to be with you. You are not my Guru anymore. Just think, if you are in need, such a need, and your father or your friend just say, you just take care of yourself. I'm not with you because now you need me the most and I'm saying no to you. It will hurt us. Or maybe we'll not be able to forgive that kind of person ever in our life because it was life and death situation, we may say. In that kind of condition, why I'm emphasizing a lot, we are not able to forgive people even for small mistakes. But here, we are listening the example of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Bhai Mahasingh Ji, in the situation of life and death, army of the ruler was around that fort. And Bhai Mahasingh, with his 39 other Sikhs, 46 wrote about it, no relation in you and me anymore. Take care of yourself, I'll take care of myself. Now the same Mahasingh, same person, again came to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, fought with Guru Gobind Singh Ji because army was still behind Guru Gobind Singh Ji and he was about to attain martyrdom. Guru Gobind Singh Ji came to him and asked, what do you want? And he said, please forgive me. Very beautiful story it is. It's a Sakhi, reality, history. And how beautifully Guru Gobind Singh Ji replied. Guru Gobind Singh Ji said, Bhai Mahasingh Ji, na fozo, na pazo. I don't have my forge. I don't have my army. I don't have my weapons with me. I don't have Sikhs with me. I don't have my family with me. I don't have much money with me. I did not bring anything from that fort. And you know what did I bring? Although I don't have my family, money, na sazo, na bazo, na fozo, na farsh, don't have weapons, don't have my power with me in terms of property or money. But still, I'm keeping one thing with me, that is your letter. Guruji put hand into his kamar kasa, removed that letter and showed to him. I did not keep anything. मैं कुछ भी नाल नहीं रखया, जे कुछ रखया ते तेरा दिता बेदावा रखया. Because I knew you will come back. I was just waiting for that moment, and Guru Gobind Singh Ji teared that letter in front of Bhai Mahasingh. Can we imagine? A person who left us in a life and death situation, and again he is coming back to Guru Gobind Singh Ji and asking, please forgive me. Guruji could able to do it. And what happens to us? We are every day, we are meditating, we are chanting, we are reciting the name of the Lord, but we are not able to forgive anyone for a single mistake sometimes. And we are reading the history, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, who forgive Maha Singh Ji in that situation as well. Pai Satta Ji, Pai Balwant Ji, the same thing. Ragi Jatha at Golden Temple, Harimandir Sahib. On immediate basis, they said, we are not going to sing. Sometimes what happens, people, those who are in your right and left, they just say some words and you just react accordingly. So people said, you know, Sattaji and Balwantji, because of you, Sangat is here. Otherwise, no one would come to Gurdwara. Then Sattaji and Balwantji also thought in a way for a while. They left Gurdwara Sahib immediately, but later they asked for forgiveness. Guruji said, all right. There are many examples. Many more. Guru Nanak Sahib Ji's entire history, we may say, Guru Nanak Sahib Ji was going and forgiving people. Sajjan Thag, the one who was a robber, who was stealing money from people. He asked for forgiveness. Guruji said, forgiven. The one who killed people, he asked for forgiveness. Guruji said, forgiven. Wherever Guruji went, this is the nature of Lord. And the one who becomes one with the Lord, this nature comes into his life as well. Guruji was going, wherever Guruji was going, he was just forgiving people and helping them to connect with the Lord. This is what Guruji did. So we have many more examples, but let's go ahead. Let's take forward this topic. This is a group of two. Bhagat Kabir Ji say. He's saying there are two powers, those who stay together all the time. Gyan and Taram, wisdom and religion. Jahan chut taha paap, chut, telling lie, paap, sin. So these two are working together all the time. Kabir, jahan gyan taha taram hai, jahan chut taha paap. Gyan and taram are together. Knowledge and wisdom, righteousness and dharma is together. Chut and paap, telling a lie, falsehood and sin together, like a coin. Two sides of a coin cannot separate, right? Always together. Jahan lobh tahan kaal hai, and where there is a greed, there is kaal. There is a death. More and more we want, but we are killing our happy moments. We may take in that way. Death is 100%, everyone will get it. Even a satisfied person, those who don't have more desires, those who don't have more greeds, he's also going to die. Jahan lobh tah kaal hai, the one who is more greedy, he is killing our happiness. I can be happy if I have 1 million, or I can be unhappy by thinking someone else have 1 billion, right? I can be happy by thinking I have a car. I can be unhappy. I can kill my happiness by thinking someone else have 5 cars, maybe more expensive ones. I just have 1 house. Another person have bungalow. I can kill my happiness. That would be the death of my happiness. Jahan lobh tah kaal hai. Lobh and kaal, this unhappiness, we may say, the death of our happiness and greed are together. Jahan khima tah aap, but where does God live? Everyone is asking, where is God? Where does God live? Kabir Ji is telling us, where does God live? Jahan khima tah aap, where there is forgiveness, there is God himself. Where there is a forgiveness, there is God himself. Jahan khima taha aap. Khima and aap, forgiveness and God, both are always together. You cannot separate. So Gyan and Taram are together. Chut and Paap are together. Greed and death is together. But forgiveness, God lives with Forgiveness, Tol Taram Daya Ka Poot. Taram is son of compassion. And compassion, if we have, that is possible if we have forgiveness as well. That are also together. So what we need to do, बकै न बोले खिमा तन संग्रह तामस नाम जलाए तर गिरही सन्यासी जोगी जे हर चरणी चित लाए बकै न बोले खिमा तन संग्रह तामस नाम जलाए बकै means empty words. We do say in Punjabi, if we want to insult someone, if someone is just saying something that doesn't make any sense, then we say ki bak rahe hain, means what you are saying doesn't make any sense. So bakai na bola, don't just say khimatan sangrah, tan, this wealth of forgiveness, try to collect it as much as you can. Tamas naam jalai. Tamas means anger. Tamogun. Tamo means fire, burning something. And in the tamo, we do count anger, lust. So tamas naam jalai, anger, these all things will be burned by the power of naam. Tarn girehi sannyasi jogi je har charani chitlai. So Guru is saying they are blessed. Those who don't say harsh word to hurt someone, but if someone said it, they have the power to tolerate, and the power because of naam. We need an army to fight with another. So the army is naam, meditation, remembering, reciting the name of the Lord will increase our power, will increase our tolerance as well. So first step is forgiveness. Tan girhi sannyasi jogi. Guruji is saying they are great, they are blessed, those who are able to take care of these things, and those people becomes near, dear to Lord, because they are nearest to forgiveness, and forgiveness is next to or sitting together with Lord. So if we are able to approach a PA of any highest person, for example, Prime Minister's PA becomes our friend, so that means we are very close to Prime Minister as well. Why? Because we are so close to his PA, personal assistant, right? So the same way, Khima is so close to Lord, we may say, as Qurbani Singh, Kabir ji saying, Jaha khima tahe aap. So the more we are near to khima, we are nearest to Lord. So you forgive not as favor to others, you forgive as a favor to yourself. These are the last points. Take home messages. We forgive not because it could be the beneficial for someone else. We can just think it is good for me, because the more I'm thinking, I'm reliving that moment again and again, I'm hurting myself. So I just have two options: hurting my body, torturing and spoiling my mind, or I can just forgive him and I can attain my happiness. Forgive if you want forgiveness. If we are praying to Lord every time, please forgive me, then we must start forgiving other people as well. Where there is a forgiveness, there is a God himself. So God, Jaha Khima Tahe Aap. May God bless us all. We all may be able to forgive people. Don't need to react immediately on everything and every time. And we are just thinking again and again, making our life more and more disturbing. If we can forgive and forget, that's what Lord is doing with us. Every day we are, even in our life it happens. Sometimes, not only sometimes, maybe more often, we do make promises with the Lord. My God, if this will happen in my life, I will start doing these kind of things in my life. And later we don't do it. It happens many times. So we also ask for forgiveness again and again, almost every time, and we must develop that virtue within ourselves as well. So I just wish, I pray for all of us, may God bless us, helps us to, we can attain and we can increase this virtue in our life. Now I request you all, if you remember any incidents related to your life, if you want to contribute in your own words, if you remember any Gurbani Pankti or any quote, or anyhow or somehow, if you wish to continue or if you want to contribute, even I would request you must share your suggestions, your point of view with all of us. Now I turn over the floor to you, entire Sangat. You can unmute yourself and share your point of view. Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Hanji. Hanji, any Sangat member? Don't be shy. Yes, Kartar ji.
For Vaheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh, Master Ji. Forgiveness, a very difficult word to digest. It is very, very difficult to forgive. And I feel a mother is very courageous, very strongest, because she is always forgiving. When you become a mother, you go through life a lot of ups and downs. Your children make mistakes. Sometimes you quarrel with your husband. Sometimes you quarrel with your in-laws. So you are the first one always to forgive because you want to keep the family intact. But whether she forgets it or not, we don't know because she does not show it on her face. So I feel a mother is the most courageous and the strongest person who is always willing to forgive. Like you said, by not forgiving, we carry a burden, right? We carry physically and mentally, and it affects our physical and mental well-being. Because I also am carrying a burden. Something happened to me and I've been carrying it. Today, when we went over this subject, and I realized that until now, I'm still carrying it. Because I cannot forgive that person who tried to dig a grave for me. I said, I forgive you, but whenever I see the person, the whole incident comes in front of me. And I feel very, very hurt that this person can do such a thing. It has ruined my inner peace. It is not ego, it is the hurt. Because I feel very hurt that this person whom I know for so long has done this to me. But thank God, the person who heard it knew that what she said was not right and came and told me, and we just said we will close the subject here. So by forgiving, we feel relieved, happier, there is inner peace, but it is more easier said than done. Like I said, I told myself, okay, I forgive her, I'll not talk about it. But the whole incident is hiding somewhere in the corner of my heart, in my mind. And I go through the whole thing again when I see the person. But today, after hearing this, and after hearing the word Pullan Andar Sabko Guru Kartar, I say my name is coming in. So better I use my name and learn how to forgive and forget and take that incident out of my heart and my mind. And that proverb that said to err is human and to forgive is divine. And it is a greatest virtue. I think it is a rare person who can forgive, forget, and be divine. I think only God has that great power and heart to forgive and bless us again. Today's subject was a very self-reflective subject, much needed in today's society, to learn how to tolerate and to let it go and have the patience to understand the whole subject I think it needs a lot more of patience to really go through it. And I also like the last part where you said to forgive, not as a favor for others, but as a favor to yourself. So I think I must forgive as a favor to myself and make my heart lighter. It was a very beautiful subject. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Master Ji.
Thank you very much, Kartar Kaurji. You always contribute, and the feelings that you expressed and shared with us, I hope it's helpful for all of us that we can start fighting with ourselves. And one more idea I got from your conversation. Yes, if we know we did something wrong, I think there is no harm to say sorry. Sometimes just because of this kind of words, we can make our relation much better as well. Sometimes we just feel, why should I say sorry? But maybe a sorry can save your relation. As we say, it's better to bend than to broke. So if we know, if we hurt someone, if we know if we did something wrong, I think we must go ahead, take initiative, and no harm to say sorry as well. So thank you very much, Kartarji, for your contribution.
Thank you, Master Ji.
Thank you. Hanji, any other Sangat member who wants to share something? I'm sure definitely we all have reminded few incidents that happened in our life, any words or any incidents. But if you feel comfortable, or how did you overcome from that, that also you can share with all of us. So all our Sangat member, we all can have some benefit from your contribution. Yes. Any other Sangat member? Hanji.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh, Master Ji.
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh, Ranjit Ji.
I feel that to seek forgiveness and to forgive someone, you need a certain sense of humility, where you must tame your ego, put it aside. Also, you need to reach a certain level of, when you pray or you reach a certain level of spirituality, you are able to tell yourself that it's not worth it to carry this or to be angry because life is short. You are not going to bring these grudges along. And if you are going to, because you don't know tomorrow morning you'll get up or not. And if you keep this grudge and don't forgive someone, you will never have the chance to forgive. Or if you have done somebody wrong, you won't have the chance to seek forgiveness. It will be too late. So it's better to just, you must have that, or what can I say in a very layman's term, you must develop a thick skin where you can just ignore, forget it lah, forgive, just move on. It's not worth it. Don't bother. Why should I think about this person, what you have said or done? I live my life, and if I'm right, I do what I think is right. This is how I go about doing it, and I feel more at peace. Sometimes even I got children, they get upset on small things. Why this person say like that? I always tell them, forget it, not worth it. Don't think about it. Why you want to bother yourself? Tomorrow you wake up, you think the same thing. So just let it go, ignore it, and move on. Yes, but it's easier, like Penji said, it's easier said than done. Like somebody, like the mouse who said, who's going to put the bell around the cat's neck? But as you go into meditation, you go into prayers, you listen to a lot of katha, a lot of kirtan, you tend to calm down, and then you develop this thing in you that says, never mind, leave it. It's not worth it. That's what I wanted to share. Thank you very much, Master Ji.
Thank you very much, Ranjit Ji. You contributed and helps us the way we can improve. Let it go. Positive attitude, positive feeling, positive thoughts. Thank you very much for your contribution, Ranjit Ji. Haji Garmi Ji, you are unmuted. Would you like to share something?
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh, Master
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.
Okay, just a thought, because sometimes you say forgive is divine. Yes, it's true. But sometimes I feel that being the bigger person is more important. Like, like if the person did wrong to you, okay, you come to terms with what he did to you, but you forgive and move on. And you actually tell them that you have forgiven them. I think it makes a difference. If you keep on keeping to yourself, you are forgiven, but the person doesn't know. That is another issue. So actually, forgiving is one step. But does that person know you have forgiven that person? It's another step. Because there are people, like, I don't know, the elderly in our family, when they have made some mistake and they kind of, tell you that you have done this and that, and then they're angry with you at that point of time. But after a while, you realize that he's still my elderly. He's still an elder to me. I must forgive, yes. But until today, that person will not know that you have forgiven what he did. Because I think in a way, it's an awareness. But it's a bit of a tussle because you don't know, is it right for me to do that? Am I going to make him feel small? Or am I going to belittle him by telling him, I have forgiven you and moved on for the incident that happened? So I think being the bigger person also is good. It has a bad and good point, both sides of the coin. So, but the thing is, whether you're willing to go the extra mile to do it. Because you know why? I have heard of stories. People are dying in the hospital, or in the homes, and then this person visits them, and the person holds that person's hand and says, "Main tenu maaf kar deta." They just said that, And frankly speaking, I've heard not one, many incidents of this, and the person actually passes on, maybe soonest. In a few days, or maybe the next day itself. So it has happened. That means that person was keeping that thing with him. So forgiveness is so important and so relevant in our lives that I think we should not only internalize it, but we should communicate that we are forgiving this person and we are in a better place if we, kind of have this understanding. So we can move on in life. Some people just keep that thing in them and never forget. Very sad, but it is reality. So I think being the bigger person, forgiving the person and making him know that you have forgiven and moved on helps in any relationship with anybody. So I think my take on forgiveness is maybe a little deep, but
Nice.
that's what I felt about it. Okay. Thank you, Master J. This is a beautiful lesson. Very timely, because sometimes we forget to forgive. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Thank you very much, Karmit. Very beautifully you were saying, you were explaining. I was just loving to hearing to you. Was saying so nice. Yes, I do agree. And very nice. One more point you added. Another person should know about it. You have forgiven him, so that may give him more relaxed. Maybe you just forgive him, but still he could be worried about things. So thank you very much for your contribution, Karmit ji. Any other Sangat member who wants to share something? Hanji Balbir ji.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji ki Fateh. Actually, to see ਸਾਡੇ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਭਾਈ ਮਹਾ ਸਿੰਘ ਤੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਸੋ ਐਕਚੁਅਲੀ ਇਹ forgive and forget ਉਹ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਜ਼ਮਾਨੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ I mean it's very relevant and I think it's the best advice we can take is our Guruji himself, maaf kar sakda, then who are we, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੇ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੇ ਪਰ ਇੱਕ ਸਵਾਲ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਦੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਫ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ but sometimes they will take us for granted ਉਹ ਫਿਰ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ so isn't it like ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ community 'ਚ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਕੰਮਕਾਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਜਾਂ ਕਿੱਥੇ we don't want people to take advantage of us. How can we forgive and at the same time, ਸਾਡਾ ਮਾਣ ਵੀ ਰਹੇ? So ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਇੱਕ ਸਵਾਲ ਹੈ. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ.
Thank you very much ਜੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੜਾ ਵਧੀਆ ਕੰਟਰੀਬਿਊਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਕੀਤਾ and very nice deep question as well. Yes, Balbir ji, forgiveness is one point, but again and again we cannot let it happen as well. We need to take actions as well according to the situation. Sometimes we can forgive And if we are, for example, if we're working in that way, like according to the situation, we may need to give warning as well. As Gurmeet mentioned, we must let another person know, I have forgiven you. But on the same time, if that kind of situation, we may warn him as well, I have forgiven you for this time, but I don't want you to repeat it as well. Then it will start consequences for that. So we can give some warning as well. We can make him aware about the situation as well. So both things matters. We need to take care of the situation. Just forgiveness is the first point. And like once we can forgive him, but if he's committing same mistake again and again, so definitely we need to take some actions as well. So I think so we can work in that way, Balbir. So was that your question, or you were thinking about another point of view, Balbir?
Hanji, tika. I mean, it's true that we have to take some action, you know. I agree with you, Master Ji, Hanji.
Yes. Okay, ji, thank you very much for asking the question, Balbir ji. Hanji Jagjit ji, you are unmuted.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Forgiveness is a very difficult position in one's life. Very often we tend to forgive, but we don't communicate. We assume, well, yes, he's done bad, and that's it, I forgive him. But what we should realize in life, humility is very important. I think we tend to be egoistic. That part must go. Humility must set in. And then we must follow this principle. Forgive, forget, and be reconciled. These are the three things that must come in, you know. It's not just forgiving. How do we know when you forgive someone, he has accepted your forgiveness? The important part is reconciling, which many of us don't realize. So if we want to get on in life, practice this with a smile. Forgive, forget, and be reconciled. And I think we'll get along well in life. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution, Jagjit ji. It was very nice hearing to you. And you contributed, you added few more points here. So thank you very much, Jagjit. Hanji, any other Sangat member who wants to share something? Hanji, Amarjit ji, you unmuted yourself earlier. So would you like to add something?
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh Ji.
Thank you, Master Ji. It was a very enlightening subject. Just now the engineers were saying about hospital and all that. Then some thought came to my mind. Hum aadmi ha ek dami maulat maut na jana. I've come across some family members whereby they didn't talk not throughout. I mean, ever since they had an issue. So there was a death in the family, and eventually all got together. So this Pankti came to my mind, because we can forgive everybody whenever the person dies off, but why not during the time when the person is alive? You know, so I don't know where the ego goes to when the person dies off. You run miles just to go and see the body. I don't know. So I mean, forgiveness is something that is like allowing somebody to stay in your house for free. I mean, we don't allow anything that to happen like that, but you actually troubling your own self. You tend to disrupt your peace within you. And there's another thing that I think, I'm not so sure, but it's a Punjabi saying that says that Jite hove pyar, othe na kariye vapar. So we are all traders. You do good to me, I'll do good to you, you know. So I think we should stop trading in that sense. Then I think things will become better. And that's what Guru Sahib is. The Guru said, Jin prem kiyo, tinhi prabha payo. So it's all about love. It's nothing else. No trading, no nothing. I mean, this little bit I understand. Thank you so much, Master Ji. It was very interesting.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Amarjit ji. Very beautiful or salient point you added. If we can forgive people after they died, Why can't we forgive them till the time they are alive? At least we can have some more beautiful moments with them. So thank you very much for your contribution, Amarjit ji. Thank you. Hanji, any other Sangat member who wants to share something? Hanji? Okay, so request you all, kindly unmute yourself so we all can say Gur Fateh together in a Sangati Roop. So once again, I'm thankful to you. Thank you everyone for joining, giving your precious time. Let's all say all together. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh ji.
Thank you, Master Ji. Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Master Ji.
Thank you very much.